Hello students, good morning. How are you? I think you are very fine. Dear students, today in the English class I am going to teach you a very short poem from your course book, that is from your real English book, okay? And with that short poem I am going to teach you some grammar portion, okay? So just pay attention what I say and try to understand what I say, okay? Students, in your course book chapter number 4 there is a very good poem, and this poem has a story, okay? So in the form of poem there is a story, and most of you know the story well, okay? And the story is all about the fox and the grapes. You can see I have written on the board the fox and the grapes. This story is written by Joseph Lauren, okay? The story is written by Joseph Lauren. He was born on 18th October 1811 at Quebec City in Canada, okay? And he died on 3rd March 1888 in Ancienny, Lorette, the city, okay? And I have written some difficult words for you. These are very hard words for you, I think. That's why I have written the meaning. Try to understand. Orchard means fruit garden, okay? Lot of fruit trees together making a garden, and that is called orchard, okay? Faint means weak, feeble. Resist means control, okay? Cluster means bunch. Leap means jump. Desperate, crazy to do or crazy to have. That means he wants that very much, okay? He wants to do that very much. Shrug. Shrug means move. Here, shrug is shoulder. Shrug is shoulder. That means move shoulder to show that he does not care anything, okay? Bound to come. Bound to come means must come. At length means after some time or after a long time. Besides, not beside here. See the difference. Besides is added. Besides means moreover. Okay. Now I have written the summary of this poem in very short. You can see on the board. I am just discussing. The Fox and the Grapes is one of the stories of Aesop's fable. So there are a lot of stories for the children written by Aesop, and from that Aesop's fables this story has been taken, okay? What? The story, the Fox and the Grapes. The story is about a fox. The story is about a fox, okay? Who sees a cluster of grapes hanging from a tree, and he decides to eat them to quench his thirst. So a fox was very much hungry, and in summer days the fox wanted to quench his thirst by having those grapes, okay? So he decided to eat them to quench his thirst, okay? He tries to jump and retrieve the grapes. So what he does? He tries to have those grapes which were hanging from the tree, okay? And he tries very hard. That means he gives his best. But they are out of reach. But he could not get those grapes because they were beyond his reach, okay? Eventually means finally, at last. Eventually the fox determines, and finally the fox understands and takes the decision in mind, okay? Takes the decision, what? And he determines means he thinks, he concludes that the grapes must be sour. The grapes are not sweet as he thought, okay? As he could not reach the grapes, as he could not get the grapes, he thought those grapes must not be sweet, they must be sour, okay? So confidently and disappointedly, the fox walks away. So what? So he thought that he must uh, leave this place, and he left the place with disappointment. Disappointment means unhappiness. So with unhappiness, he left the place, and he thought that he must get other food, not this one. Okay. Now we have learnt a moral lesson from this poem. What? We should work harder to reach our goal. So if we want to reach our goal, if we want to reach our aim, we need to work harder, not hard, harder. That means more laboriously we should do our job, so that we can reach our destination, so that we can reach our goal. So this is the whole story in this poem. So in the form of poem, this is a story you have learned from the book. Now here you can see the grapes are not hanging from tree. Actually the grapes are hanging from the wall. Okay. Now come to the poem. I am just going to read the poem and trying to make you understand, so that you can easily know the story. One summer's day, a fox was passing through an orchard. So it was a summer day, and the fox was passing through. Through means within the. Okay. So through the orchard, an orchard. He found an orchard, and he was passing through that orchard. Faint he was and hungry too. So he was very much weak and he was hungry. When suddenly his keen eye chanced to fall upon a bunch of grapes upon the wall. So he had a sharp eye. He suddenly noticed a cluster of grapes hanging from the wall. Actually, the grapes are grown on vines. Okay, so here the vine is upon the wall. That's why grapes are upon the wall. Okay, so he suddenly noticed a cluster of grapes on a wall. Wall means where? The wall of the orchard. Ha! Just the thing, he said. Who could resist it? And the fox was very much tempted. He could not resist himself. He could not control himself. He wanted to have those. Because of the temptation, he did something. What he did? Now, let us see. He eyed the purple cluster, and the grapes were not green. They were purple in color. That means they were very much ripe. They were very much juicy. And he eyed the purple cluster, jumped and missed it. So he tried to have it. He just casually jumped and he missed it. He cupped. That means he just tried to take some energy. Okay, when we start to do any new thing, we just cough little bit, so that we can get the time to have the courage, to gather the courage. Okay, so he also tried. That means this is a type of sound which makes us ready to do something, to venture something new. He cupped. I'll take more careful aim. So he decided that he should jump in a manner so that he can grab the cluster. Okay, so he should aim that cluster and then jump. And he sprang again. So he tried again to have those grapes. Results were much the same. Results were much the same. That means there was no difference. There was no difference because he did not have the grape this time also. So this time, for the next time, he did not get the cluster of grapes. That is, he could not reach the grapes. Although his lips were desperate and high, he tried very hard. He was very eager to have those grapes. He was very much tempted, but he could not have those grapes. his jump was desperate. Desperate means to the ultimate, to the upper level, to the best level, to the last level. Okay. At length he paused. After some time he stopped. Okay. That means he stopped doing the activities. To wipe a tearful eye, and he was very much sorry because he did not have that juicy food. Okay. So he was very much sorry. He just was about to cry. Not about to cry, actually he cried, and then he stopped to wipe the tears which rolled down his cheeks. Okay. And shrug his shoulder. Then he moved his shoulder. Okay. Not shrug, I just misspelled that word. And shrug his shoulder. Shrug his shoulder means he moved his shoulder. For what? To show that he was not caring about that thing because of the loss. He is not sorry. Okay. Actually he wanted to be proud. He wanted to be indifferent in his loss, in his failure. Okay. And shrug his shoulder. I am not dry. Then he said, I am not unhappy. I am not unsatisfied. And I am not hopeless. Okay. And I am not going to be hungry, and I am not going to be what? Thirsty. And lunch is bound to come within an hour. And he just gathered hope, and he hoped that he would get something within an hour of searching, within an hour of trying. He would get something to have, he would get something to eat, and he is very much confident. Okay. Besides means moreover, he said, he declared what? I am sure those grapes are sour. And he was just confident that those grapes must be sour. So when we don't get anything we expect, then we blame others, then we blame some things, some happenings, some incidents. So this happens here, as because the fox could not get the juicy, rich fruit, he told that those grapes must be sour. That means those are not actually not fit to eat. Okay. So this happens, and we can say here one saying, bad workman always blames the tool. That means whoever cannot do anything, he just blames other things. Okay. So here also we can see this fox is trying to put the blame on other things. Actually he did not want to take his failure. Okay. He did not want to agree that he failed. Okay. So this is the end of this poem. So I think you have loved this poem. Okay. And once again I am reciting the poem so that you can understand the meaning at the same time when I am reading the poem. Okay. One summer's day, a fox was passing through an orchard. Faint he was and hungry too, when suddenly his keen eye chanced to fall upon a bunch of grapes upon the wall. Okay. Ha, just the thing, he said. Who could resist it? He eyed the purple cluster, jumped and missed it. Ahem, he cupped. I'll take more careful aim. And he sprang again. Results were much the same. Although his leaves were desperate and high, at length he paused to wipe a tearful eye, and shrug a shoulder, I am not dry. And lunch is bound to come within an hour. Besides, he said, I am sure those grapes are sour. Once again, one summer's day, a fox was passing through an orchard. Faint he was and hungry too, when suddenly his keen eye chanced to fall upon a bunch of grapes upon the wall. Ha, just the thing, he said. Who could resist it? He eyed the purple cluster, jumped and missed it. Ahem, he cupped. I'll take more careful aim. And he sprang again. Results were much the Same. Although his lips were desperate and high, at length he paused to wipe a tearful eye, and shrug his shoulder. I am not dry, and much is bound to come within the hour. Besides, he said, I am sure those grapes are sour. Okay. So here you can see rhyming words: through, to, fall, wall, eat, eat, aim, same, high, I, dry, nothing matching, then hour and sour. Okay. Here also high, I, dry, you can match. All the two lines are rhyming words ending. All the lines are ending with rhyming word with the other line. And here rhyming words are for 3 lines. Okay. First 2 lines through, to. Second 2 lines fall, wall. Then third eat, eat. Fourth aim, same. Fifth, sixth, seven same rhyming words: high, I, dry. Okay. And the last 2 lines hour and sour. Rhymings are there. So many questions are given, very short questions are given. You can do yourself, but I will help you to do. The fox was feeling faint because dash. You have to fill in the blanks. Okay. The fox was feeling faint because dash. What can you write? You can write because he was hungry. Next, while passing through an orchard, he suddenly spotted a cluster of grapes. So here gap is given while passing through and dash. So after an you can write orchard. Orchard is starting with vowel sound. Here an given. So here must be orchard. While passing through an orchard, he suddenly spotted a dash. Spotted a what? Spotted a cluster of grapes. Okay. He tried to get at it by dash. By what? By jumping. But dash what? But failed. Next, he wiped his tearful eyes because what happened? Because he was sorry for the failure. Because he failed and he was sorry. That's why tear came. Next, finally he decided to what? Finally decided to walk away. Walk away means leave that place. He comforted himself with the thought. He was satisfied with the thought. What thought? That he must get other food. That means he will not be hungry for that day. Okay. So he thought that he will not be hungry. Next, there are optional questions. 3 options are given. Which option will be correct? What does the fox mean when he says that the results were much the same? 3 options are given. The right option will be what? The fox could not reach the grapes. Okay. Next, the purple cluster means what? The answer will be the purple colored grapes. Number 3, the lips were desperate and high because the fox was dash. What will be the option? Right option? Because the fox was extremely hungry and the grapes were very tempting. Number 4, by saying the grapes were sour, the fox meant what? The right option will be the fox meant that the grapes were beyond his reach and he did not want to admit his defeat. Okay. Now here are some adjectives given in the box and you have to say which adjectives are suitable for the fox. Okay. So you can tick a number of adjectives. Here I have ticked hungry, sad, desperate and proud. Okay. Next, there are so many words which are rhyming. You have to make them with 3 in each line. Okay. Pin, sin, chin. Next will be tan, man, plan. Next, third one, plant, ant, chant. Then number 4, bang, hang, sang. Number 5, butt, cut, shut. Okay. Then there is a poem. You have to fill in the blank to complete the poem. Okay. Words are given in the green box. You can search the words from the box and put those in the blanks. Ding dong dash. Pushes in the dash. So you can write ding dong bell pushes in the well. Next, who put her in? Little Johnny thin. Next, who pulled her out? Little Tommy stout. What a naughty boy was that to try to drown Pushy cat. Okay, poor Pushy cat. Another poem, you have to fill in the blanks with the words and then the poem will be complete. So I have made that for you. Frogs jump, caterpillars hum, worms wiggle, bugs jiggle, rabbits hop, horses clop, snakes slide, seagulls glide, mice creep, deer leap, puppies bounce, kittens pounce, lions talk, but I walk. Okay, so this is the end of poem. Now I am going to discuss some grammar. Okay, these are actually taught. These are actually taught in the previous classes, and you learnt more about this topic. This year your grammar is very easy. You can learn from just reading from your book. I am just going to give some discussion so that you can understand well. I am going to make some discussion on the topic of article today. Okay, articles are of two types. Already I discussed in the previous class. That's why I am not writing anything on the board. So if I discuss, you can understand. Articles are of two types: definite and indefinite. Okay, and these are indefinite articles because these two articles cannot tell anything surely. Okay, they are just telling. They tell something that is not sure. A man, which man you cannot be sure. A book, which book you cannot be sure. Okay, an apple may be rotten, maybe small, maybe big, maybe red, maybe green, maybe sour, maybe sweet. So which particular apple you are telling, that is not sure. So these are called indefinite. That means not sure. So a and these two are indefinite articles. Okay. Now definite article is the, because the is telling anything surely. The man, that means the man I am referring to, you know. I am referring to a man, you know. So you can say that man. That book, that means I have already discussed about the book and I am now pointing to that book. Okay. So now I am telling the use of definite and indefinite articles in short. A is used before a singular countable noun. Singular means one, countable means you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this way. So before singular and countable noun or an adjective, not only A is used before a noun, A can be used before an adjective also. Okay. So before a singular countable noun or before an adjective which begins with a consonant sound, not consonant letter. Just try to listen carefully. You should say like sound, not letter. Before the consonant sound. Okay. So A is used before a singular countable noun or an adjective which begins with a consonant sound. Consonant sound. Example, a boy, a good man. Okay. And consonant sound like you can say a beggar. Okay. So any consonant sound is there, and if you want to say a single, okay, that can be counted, you can use A. Okay. Now an is used before singular countable noun, like I said for A. This is also the same. An is used before singular countable noun or an adjective. Now listen carefully, which begins with a vowel sound. If there is vowel sound, maybe the word starting with consonant, but the sound may be vowel, then you can use an. Okay. An apple, an honest man. Honest, the word honest starting with H, that is consonant, but the sound is honest. O sound is vowel. So when the noun is starting with vowel sound and that is singular, that is countable, then you must use an. to denote single. If you want to denote single, if you want to say one, okay, then you can use a or an. Okay, so to say one before a noun that is countable, that is starting with vowel, you can use an. To say one before a noun that must be singular and started with consonant sound, you must use a. Okay, understood? Now, the, use of the. Okay, so the is used before a noun already mentioned. The noun already mentioned, and second time, for the second time, if you want to just tell that noun, you can use the. Already for the first time I said that noun, about that noun. Now to tell that noun once again, we can use the. Okay, I have a pen. The pen does not work well. So I have a pen. I have a pen. So already I told about my pen. I have a pen. I have a pen means the particular pen which I have. Now I don't need to say a pen again. Okay, now I can use the pen. Okay, I have a pen, full stop. The pen does not work well. The pen means that particular pen which I told for the first time, okay, at the beginning. Now what you learn here, so the is used before a noun already mentioned. Okay, next, the is used for different purpose. The is used before the whole class. If we want to say a number of things together, okay, if we want to say the whole class together, whole class of animal, whole class of people, whole class of thing, then we should use the. Like the example I have written here, the elephant. The elephant means not particular elephant. The elephant means all the elephant of the world. The elephant is a strong animal. The elephant is a strong animal. So the elephant means I am not particularly telling about an elephant. Actually I am telling about all the animals in the world. That means the whole class of animal. Okay, so the elephant means all the elephant. Okay, so the cow in this way, the poor. The poor means all the poor people. The poor means all the poor people. I am telling about not particular person, telling about the class, whole class. Class means group. Okay. The rose means all the roses. Okay, the rose is beautiful. That means not particular rose, not particular rose. A rose means all the roses. Okay, here not a rose. Actually I said the rose. The rose is beautiful means all the rose. Before names of rivers, trees, oceans, mountains, islands, deserts, we use the. Okay, like the Andaman, the Himalayas, the river Ganga. Okay, then you can say the Atacama. So all the things here takes the before these words. Okay, now coming to next, before the name of nation. Nation means people of a particular country. Before the nations means we are nation. What is your nationality? You are Indian. So all the Indians. So before Indians, you must use the Indians, the Japanese, the Americans, the British, the English. So before a particular nation, you must use the. Okay. Before the things of their own kind. There are so many things which we have just only one, and there is no other things like that kind. So before the things of their own kind, like what? The sun, okay, the sky. So these are such things which have their own kind, but not more, okay, which are unique, which are just only one, you can say da before that, okay. Before newspapers and sacred books, before newspapers, whatever newspaper uh, may be popular, may be unpopular, but you must use the before the newspaper. Names of news: the Times of India, the Hitavada, the Navabharat, okay, the Statesman. So these are the newspapers. And before the names of sacred books, the Bible, the Quran, the Gita, the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, okay. These are the names of sacred books, holy books. So before these books, you must use the always, okay. Before followers of a religion, so there are so many religions, different religions in the world, and the followers of those religions are termed differently, okay. So I follow Hindu religion, okay. So if I follow Hindu religion, like me, there are so many people. So they are whom? They are who? They are all the Hindus, okay. Somebody follow Muslim religion, okay. So they all are what? The Islam, okay. So the Muslim, the Islam, you can say same. The Muslim is used, the Islam is also used. The Hindus, the Christians, the Buddhists. So before any particular follower, before the followers of any particular religion, we use the. Followers means who follow, who perform, okay, who obey, you can say. Before superlative degree, you know there are 3 degrees: positive, comparative, superlative. So before superlative degree, you must use the, okay. Cold, colder, coldest. Cold is positive degree, colder comparative degree, coldest superlative degree. So when you use the word coldest, before the word coldest, you must use the coldest, okay, the poorest, the thinnest, the best, okay. So these are the words est added, last est, okay. So before superlative degree, we use the. Before ordinals, ordinals means before the positional number, first, second, third, fourth, these are ordinal numbers. Before these ordinal numbers, you must use the first, the second, the third, the last, okay. Before the directions, you know there are so many directions: east, west, north, south. So before these direction, we use the east, the west, the north, the south, okay. Before important buildings and things, important buildings like the Victoria Memorial, like the Taj Mahal, okay, the Eiffel Tower, maybe one not building, but that is one particular thing, okay. And you can say the Titanic, one particular thing which is very much special in the world. So before the special things, before the special buildings, okay, important buildings, we use the. So you need to understand the use of articles with sentence, okay. You have to study the sentences when you are reading from books and other articles. There are sentences where the, a, and, so these 3 articles are used. You need to know by reading those things, and if you try to understand when you are reading, then you will understand that these articles are used like this way, okay. These are the use of articles, and there are so many things written in your books. I hope you will read the book again and again, try to understand everything, and if there is any problem, any difficulties, you can consult with me. So for today, I want to end the class here. Tata, bye bye all of you, have a nice day. And once again, I want to remind you that Corona has not been wiped out so far. It is coming in different forms. So be cautious, be careful, use sanitizer whenever you are out. Just try to maintain social distance and use mask. Okay, wash your hands repeatedly with sanitizer and obey your parents. Okay, whatever elders seniors say, try to obey. So once again, bye all of you. Have a nice day.